She turned the dial and looked up and down the wall. Nothing's happening. Yes, she blew air between her teeth. I can see that. She turned the dial a little bit farther, moving as slowly as possible so she could feel when the tumblers started fighting back. It was nearly back to the top when she finally hit the tension. Quickly, she spun the dial the other direction, slowing as the dial nearly completed its first rotation. This time, the tension was so faint she nearly missed it. She pushed the dial back the first direction, waiting for the click. Are you sure you know what you're doing? I thought I did, she mumbled as she stepped back to look at the wall. Well? I don't understand. That should have worked. She inched along the wall, tracing and pushing as she went. That's the obvious answer. The other woman wrenched her away from the wall. I don't have time for your little tomb whisperer routine. Where's my treasure? She wrestled her arm free. I don't know. She looked back up and down the wall. There's clearly another way in. If it's so clear, then why are we still standing outside? She stepped back up to the wall and began investigating it again. Her fingers stopped when she found a panel covered in glyphs. She studied them carefully and then smiled. She moved back to the dial and felt along the edges until she found some grooves extending from the left of the dial. How did I miss this? Experimentally, she pushed on the dial. When it barely moved, she shifted her weight and tried to drag it into the grooves. What are you doing? Following directions. She scraped away some of the dirt and gave the dial another firm tug, nearly knocking herself off her feet. The other woman screamed, You fool! If you break the dial, then how are we going to get in? A loud rumbling answered her as a section of the wall dropped into the ground. You were saying? She said, retrieving her flashlight before swinging her backpack onto her shoulders.